Hello, this is Manesh Patel. Today is August 15, 2010. This is the weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency market. This is presented by EII Capital Group. Before we begin, here's a normal disclaimer. This is for educational purpose only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim or TradeStation. Here are my contact details. If you have any questions, you can contact us at eiicapital.com. We have wikis, discussion forums, and so forth available. Also, you can follow us on Twitter under the name Ichimoku Trading. Let's begin, and before we start looking at charts, let's go look at the Ichimoku dashboard, or sorry, the Ichimoku heat map, we're now calling it. What you're looking for is 5 and above for all the time frames for bullish scenarios, and -5 and below for all the other time frames for bearish scenarios. Excuse me. If we look at the Euro USD, you can see that the daily is kind of showing you bullish, but all the lower time frames are basically showing you bearish. So you got conflicts that are going on. We're going to be looking at the Euro USD, so we'll look at that. Here, opposite, but you still have conflicts here. So it seems like last week, basically what happens is the daily time frames got weak. They didn't change their trend. They pretty much were in pullback mode, and then lower time frames basically started trending. Euro USD, Australian USD, same scenario. US Switzy, same scenario. Here's something of interest. 240 minute on the US Switzy is kind of in conflict over here. US Yen, same thing. Really, you don't see, well, here's something that we could look at. Euro Yen, it looks like a possible currency we could look at. And also CAD Switzy we could look at. So Euro Yen and CAD Switzy, we'll look at those in a minute. So let's begin by looking at Euro USD. Let's go to our weekly time frame because that's pretty much where we start. And if you noticed, we basically said we were in a pullback mode. Be careful because we were at a major resistance level last video. Exactly what happened. We got to that resistance level, we bounced off it, and we pretty much are at the Tinkinson right now. So we're a word of caution basically right now because we're right at the Tinkinson. So we're at a major support level right now. So could go either way. This could be a minor pullback to keep on going higher, or this could be a start of the trend continuation to the bearish side. We really don't know on the weekly time frame. Okay. What I don't like is that this is one big bar that came down to the Tinkinson. Typically when you have one big bar like that, if the trend is strong, it's going to keep on going down. If it's weak, it's just going to consolidate here for a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks. So we're really not sure what's going to happen, but typically trends are started from smooth price action, kind of like this right here, not with big bar action. You can see here was one big bar that happened, but this was below the Tinkinson and everything, so that was great. This didn't go below the Tinkinson, so kind of interesting to see what's going to happen this week. Let's look at the daily time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, we were bullish. Now what happens is prices cross the Kijun-sen, so we're below the Kijun-sen, and we have major conflicts among all the Ichimoku indicators. Tinkinson Kijun-sen is bullish. Price is still above the cloud, so they're still bullish, and the future cloud is bullish. My guess is that we're going to have a little pullback either to the Kijun-sen or a Tinkinson on the daily, and then we'll probably sit there and go lower and start retesting the lows, possibly to get to down here at 24.51 and also down here at 22.09. So we just have to be patient, wait and see what happens. Let's go look at US Yen pair. Because last week we were bearish until it got to the triple bottom on the weekly, and then if you looked at Twitter, pretty much I mentioned that if you're a counter trend player, look for a counter trend right when we went and tested the low, and if you did take the trade of the counter trend, you look pretty good. You can see on the weekly time frame, everything's still trending really nicely. The only caution is that Tinkinson is far away from price. So in order to get back to equilibrium, either Tinkinson is going to come and meet price, or price is going to meet Tinkinson, or they're going to come halfway. So there's a possibility of going higher some more. We just don't know yet. Okay, so that's the weekly. Let's go look at the daily. You could see that double bottom there. and you could see that we are now between above the Tinkinson. So there's a high probability that we're going to get to the Cajunson, which is right here, 86.94, or if the bearish trend is very, very strong, we're not even going to get that level, and we're going to continue to go down probably very, very soon. If you notice, we marked off this 86.56, so that's one level that it possibly can bounce off and go lower. So we just got to wait and see what happens there. Now, if we go back to our charts, our heat map, we're going to look at the euro yen. So if we go look at euro yen, look at the weekly. As you could see that it got to the level here, consolidate a little, couldn't break it, came back up here, retested it, broke through this level and came back and retested it. Now this is a possibility where this can go lower. We're not sure yet. You got to wait for this thing to break down below this level here, and then look for your technical system to sit there and confirm going lower. But the weekly does show that this possibly could go lower. Reason why is typically when you have a support here, you came here, broke the support, came back, turned that support into resistance, and going down lower. So if you break this little pivot here, there's a high possibility that this currency pair can go lower too, some more. Let's go look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, it is weak, and you could see that if you do break here, everything will start trending lower. Okay. So that is it for this week's Ichimoku video. Good luck trading, and be very careful this week, and keep an eye on Twitter under the name Ichimoku Trading for any trade possibilities or recommendations for learning purposes only. Thank you.